Why do women keep falling for bad boys, even when they know it might end in heartbreak? Sound familiar? This is the question that comes to the mind of every single boy. Actually, there's a psychology behind why so many women find themselves attracted to the so-called bad boys. Women don't do it intentionally, their mind is wired that way. And today, we are going to decode it. Stick around till the end because what you learn might just change how you see relationships forever. Number 5, the I can fix him fantasy. Women have this deep need to care for and help others. When they meet bad boys, this feeling kicks in stronger than ever. These guys often act like they're broken inside, with sad stories about their past. They make it seem like the right woman could change them completely. Women see little hints of gentleness underneath all that toughness and think they're the special one who can bring out his good side. This need to fix someone isn't just about feeling important. It goes back to how our brains work and what we learned as kids. Women who had parents who were sometimes loving and sometimes distant are especially likely to fall into this trap. They're trying to fix something from their childhood by saving someone who reminds them of that back and forth treatment they knew growing up. Breaking through someone's emotional walls feels like winning the biggest prize ever. It makes them feel worthy in a way that a guy who's always available never could. Scientists who study relationships have found that women who worry a lot about being loved are especially drawn to men who keep their distance emotionally. That's exactly what bad boys do best. These women see the hot and cold behavior as passion instead of problems. They mistake the worried, uncertain feelings for real romance and excitement. Number 4, the dark triad magnetism. Women aren't trying to find partners who will hurt them, but they're drawn to qualities that bad boys have tons of. These men often show what brain experts call the dark triad. This means they're full of themselves. They don't feel bad about hurting others, and they're really good at getting what they want by manipulating people. Studies show that people with these traits are amazingly good at attracting others at first. They have this mix of confidence, charm, and mystery that feels impossible to resist. The part where they're full of themselves shows up as complete confidence that seems unshakable. Bad boys act like they own everything around them, and this confidence spreads to others. Unlike the predictable nice guy who wants everyone to like him, bad boys seem like they don't need anything from anyone. This weird contradiction makes others desperately want to give them everything. Their ability not to feel bad about hurting others lets them be masters at playing with emotions. They can seem caring and sweet when it helps them get what they want. At the same time, their skill at manipulation means they always seem to know exactly what to say and when to say it. Before moving to our next part, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Number 3, the forbidden fruit. There's a reason we want things we can't have, and bad boys are experts at making themselves seem off limits. Brain research proves that when something is restricted, it becomes more attractive simply because we're not supposed to have it. When a man seems emotionally unavailable or sends mixed messages, he triggers this deep mental response that makes him appear more valuable than he really is. Bad boys understand this without even thinking about it. They know that being hard to get makes them more desirable. They'll disappear for days without explaining why, be unclear about their feelings, or keep their past mysterious. This scarcity creates a fake value that has nothing to do with how good they actually are as partners. Women find themselves drawn to the challenge of winning someone who seems just out of reach. They mistake the difficulty of chasing him for proof that he's worth it. The forbidden fruit effect gets even stronger when society warns against these men. When friends and family say, "Stay away from him," it often does the opposite, making him seem even more appealing. Breaking the rules and going after the dangerous choice gives a sense of rebellion and freedom that can feel amazing, especially for women who've always been the good girl. Number 2, the challenge and the chase. Bad boys are experts at creating mental tension. They're not always around. They don't always text back right away, and they keep an air of mystery that keeps women wondering. This creates what brain experts call intermittent reinforcement, which is the most addictive type of reward system. When someone is always nice and available, our brains put them in the safe category, and we stop feeling excited about chasing them. But when someone is unpredictable, sometimes warm, sometimes cold, our brains become obsessed with figuring them out. We become addicted to those moments when we do get their attention because they're so rare and unexpected. This is the same brain trick that makes gambling so addictive. The uncertainty creates a chemical response that keeps us coming back for more. Bad boys, whether they realize it or not, are experts at creating this kind of mental addiction. The unpredictable pattern keeps women always guessing about what will happen next. One day, he's texting sweet messages. The next day, he's completely ignoring her. This back and forth creates a constant state of anticipation that the brain actually finds exciting rather than stressful. Women start to interpret this uncertainty as passion and romance instead of recognizing it as unhealthy behavior. Number 1, the addiction loop. What many women don't understand is that falling for a bad boy creates a real addiction in the brain. The unpredictable nature of these relationships triggers intermittent reinforcement, which is the same brain mechanism that makes gambling so addictive. When a bad boy switches between intense love and cold rejection, it creates a chemical roller coaster that floods the brain with dopamine, the same brain chemical involved in cocaine addiction. This unpredictability keeps women in a constant state of waiting and hoping, always wondering when the next reward of affection will come. The brain sees this uncertainty as excitement, releasing dopamine every time he texts back after hours of silence or shows up unexpectedly with flowers. This creates what brain scientists call a trauma bond, an intense emotional attachment formed through cycles of hurt and positive reinforcement. The addiction becomes even stronger because of oxytocin, often called the love hormone. When a bad boy finally does show love after a period of being distant, the brain releases a flood of oxytocin that creates feelings of deep attachment and bonding. This chemical mix of dopamine and oxytocin creates such powerful emotional highs that regular, steady affection from a consistent partner feels boring in comparison. The brain literally rewires itself to crave this unhealthy pattern. Women find themselves constantly checking their phones, analyzing every interaction, and feeling anxious when he's not around. They start to believe that this intensity is what real love feels like, when in reality, it's just their brain responding to an addiction cycle. So now you know why women keep falling for bad boys. But here's the real problem. What happens when you start losing your own sense of self, trying to become one? Too many guys try to play the role without building the mindset behind it. That's where it all falls apart. If you want to learn the real power that turns ordinary men into unforgettable ones, watch Think Like Tyler Durden, The Power of Delusional Self-Belief. Hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more unfiltered raw content. See you in the next video.